Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach, with another actionable tip so you can grow your authority, generate leads, and convert with ease. Today's tip is make your expertise more relatable to your audience. You're a smarty pants, right? You're an expert in your field, a thought leader, someone who knows a lot about one particular thing, which is why you have a podcast about that thing. Your goal is to build your authority so you can increase your leads and sales because your listeners not only know, like, and trust you, they think you are the one who can help them. But here's a mistake I often hear from podcasters. In their effort to showcase their deep knowledge and understanding of their area of expertise, they alienate their audience. They talk over the heads of their listener, possibly making them feel stupid, but worse, creating a disconnect between them and getting the exact opposite result they are looking for. In this episode, I'm going to share a simple phrase and a few variations that will make you way more relatable to your listener. And that means your listener will learn more, feel smart, and want to work with you. The key to do this is to make your ideas crystal clear and easy to understand. Remember, you're an expert. Your knowledge base is much deeper than your listeners. You know your stuff inside and out. So in your episodes, this might look like using an analogy or very specific examples of how it works, sharing a story or a case study that illustrates what you're explaining, or perhaps a time in your own journey that reflects the moment of transition from not getting it to getting it. Okay, so how do you slip these into your scripts in a way that feels natural? Well, why don't you go ahead and hit that back 30-second button because I just used one of my favorite phrases that will help your content be more relatable. Did you catch it? It was, this might look like. This might look like. It's a perfect setup for you to paint a clear picture for your listener of how they can use the information you're sharing or understand it better. 4 words. This might look like. Now, there are a few variations of this I like to use, including this might feel like, and it might show up like, depending on what comes after. They're all great gateways to a story, a list of examples, anecdotes, and your experiences. And the best part about this is that it can be used when you don't even have an example. Yeah, you can use this trick in the hypothetical or theoretical. Imagine you're new to running your business, but you have decades of experience. You don't have personal examples, but you want to use this relatability hack. So what does this sound like? Well, it could be a list of possible scenarios, asking the listener to picture themselves in a situation, or start with, imagine you're, and then describe the hypothetical situation. And you're right, I did it again. Did you catch it this time? Oh yeah, I am taking my own advice all day long here. It really is that simple. Try this. Think about a recent episode of yours when you were explaining an idea or a process. Was that process or idea clearly communicated, or could you have used an example to make it more relatable? Seriously, go back and look at some of your old scripts. Did you miss the opportunity to share a client story, an anecdote, or even a hypothetical example? The goal with this approach is simplicity. You want to make it super clear to your audience how they can use your brilliant ideas and information. Because when you do that, you are taking care of your listener. That's exactly what you want. It's called listener-centric podcasting, and it's the best way to build a relationship with your listener and to set yourself up as the authority and clear choice for what you do or your business does. This might look like. This might sound like. This might feel like. This might show up like. Put these phrases on a poster and put it beside your microphone and use them often. I love it when I hear these words. I can see the practical side of things. Whatever came before goes from being an idea to a piece of information I can apply in the real world. As a listener, it feels possible for me. Before that, I might have been skeptical, like, oh, sure, that might work for others, but it doesn't apply to me. But the simple act of helping me imagine what it looks like or feels like is making it more relatable. Hearing it in action helps me understand how it works. And you know what else? It makes your ideas and your expertise more memorable because your listener isn't just listening, they are imagining, picturing themselves, applying what you've shared. They're using a different part of their brain. They're more engaged. And that is how you, your podcast, and your ideas become sticky. A sticky podcast is exactly what you want because when someone is suddenly in need of your services, boom, you come to mind. And that is what it feels like to be an authority in your space. All of that from using the simple phrase, "This might look like." And I hope that's just the tip you need. If you're a coach, a business owner, or a service provider, the value of your content doesn't come from your knowledge or your expertise. It comes from the impact you have on others. A listener-centric approach to podcasting is one of the best ways to improve your impact. If you want to improve your podcast ROI, generate leads, and convert with ease, we should work together. What does that look like? If you already have a show, it's the Podcast Tune-Up Program. Let's talk about it, just you and me. Connecting is easy. You can find out more about the program and book a free podcast coaching session on my website. Get on my calendar now at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Walberg. See ya!